He's faster than most defenders can think, sharper than the angles they try to close, and now the most electrifying superstar to grace Madrid in a generation. Kylian Mbappe, his very name pulses through stadiums like an anthem, splashes across global headlines, and sends brands scrambling for a piece of his meteoric shine. But beyond the goals, the trophies, the records shattered and rewritten, lies a world few ever glimpse. A world built on staggering wealth, eye-watering contracts, and choices that carry the weight of empires. A world where pressure is constant, expectations are colossal, and every step, on or off the pitch, reshapes the future of football. Today we step far behind the camera flashes and the deafening roar of the Bernabeu. We're diving into the real life of a man who rose from the streets of Bondi to the pinnacle of global sport, transforming raw talent into a global empire. Because Mbappe isn't just a footballer, he's a brand, a force of culture, a billion-euro phenomenon who moves markets as easily as he dribbles past defenders. From his fleet of luxury cars tucked away in private garages to the ultra-exclusive mansions hidden in Madrid's most elite neighborhoods, from private jets that ferry him between continents to sponsorship deals that transcend sport and bleed into fashion, entertainment, and even philanthropy. This is the story of a star who lives on a scale few can fathom. But it's not all glitz. Behind the scenes are moments of sacrifice, discipline, and a relentless obsession with excellence. There's the quiet strategist who studies the game like a chess master, the visionary who thinks decades ahead, the son, the friend, the leader whose private life is more guarded than any defensive line he's ever faced. Through record-breaking transfers, global campaigns, and a cultural influence that stretches far beyond football, Mbappe has become something rare, a modern icon whose legacy is being written in real time. So buckle up. We're pulling back the velvet curtain, stepping inside a world built on speed, brilliance, and unimaginable ambition. This is the real life of Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe was born on December 20th, 1998 in Bondi, a vibrant but often overlooked suburb on the outskirts of Paris. Bondi wasn't just his hometown, it was his foundation, the place where concrete pitches forged his fearlessness and where the dreams of a young boy began to outgrow the city blocks around him. From day one, his life was steeped in sport. His father, Wilfred, a respected youth coach, understood the discipline and mentality needed to shape an elite player. His mother, Faiza Lamari, a former professional handball player, brought competitiveness, resilience, and the heart of a champion into the home. In the Mbappe household, talent wasn't just encouraged, it was sculpted. By the time Kylian turned 11, he was already becoming a name whispered by scouts across Europe. His speed? Ridiculous. His confidence? Unshakable. His technical skill? Years ahead of his age group. Training sessions often drew attention, not because people wondered who he was, but because they wondered how someone so young could move like that. At just 16, he stepped onto the pitch for AS Monaco, making his professional debut and instantly announcing himself as Europe's next phenomenon. He didn't just play, he dominated. His acceleration, his intelligence, his calmness in front of goal, it all felt inevitable, as if the football world had been waiting for him. The 2016-17 season changed everything. Mbappe exploded onto the global stage as Monaco surged to the top of French football. Suddenly, every major club wanted him. They saw not just a prodigy, but the future. And in 2017, Paris Saint-Germain made their move. In what became one of the most talked about transfers in football history, Mbappe returned home to Paris, but now as a superstar in the making. At PSG, he evolved from a wonder kid into a global icon. He racked up goals, broke records, won trophies, and became the heartbeat of a club chasing Champions League glory. His value skyrocketed, not only as an athlete, but as a brand capable of defining an era. But as his legend grew in Paris, the whispers in Spain grew louder. Real Madrid supporters sang his name without ever seeing him in their colors. For years, speculation swirled. Transfer sagas, dramatic windows, negotiations, and headlines that fueled a global obsession. Would Mbappe finally join the club that had admired him since childhood? When the move finally happened, it was more than a transfer. It was a cultural moment, Many called it the move of a generation, the arrival of a player destined to carry the legacy of football's biggest stage. Now in Madrid, Mbappe is not just another signing, he is a symbol, a statement of ambition, a player whose presence shifts not only tactics on the pitch, but economics, marketing, media, and the global identity of the sport. His influence stretches from stadiums in Europe to screens in Asia, Africa, and the Americas. Kids imitate his celebrations, brands chase his signature, and entire fan bases revolve around his next move. From the street courts of Bondi to the floodlights of Madrid, Mbappe's journey has been defined by three constants: extraordinary talent, relentless determination, and a brilliant understanding of the modern game. Both on the field and behind the scenes, he is more than a footballer. He is a global force, a generational figure shaping the future of the sport, and his story is still only in its opening chapters. Madrid isn't just a football capital. It's a kingdom of luxury, power, and prestige. A city where history meets modern wealth, where the world's elite carve out their own private worlds behind high walls and iron gates. And for Kylian Mbappe, one of the most recognizable faces in global sport, this city is more than a workplace. It's home, a stage, a fortress, a lifestyle tailored for someone whose days are anything but ordinary. While the exact details of his residence remain confidential, as they should for a figure of his stature, reports have long suggested that Mbappe resides in one of Madrid's most exclusive neighborhoods, areas known for elite security, tree-lined avenues, and properties engineered for complete discretion. Think gated villas with private entrances, soundproof walls, and technology that borders on futuristic. Inside, homes in these areas often feature indoor pools, private gyms, spa-level wellness suites, cryotherapy chambers, and fully customized recovery rooms built for precision athletic performance. And it's here, behind closed doors, that Mbappe's daily routine unfolds with the rigor of a world-class operation. His mornings start early, long before the Madrid sun heats the skyline. Nutritionists craft meals designed to fuel explosive movement and rapid recovery. Lean proteins, specialized carbohydrates, hydration formulas, and micronutrients engineered for elite performance. Training follows, split between tactical sessions, gym work, sprint mechanics, and technical drills that sharpen the weapons he brings to the pitch each week. Afternoons shift into recovery mode, cryotherapy to reduce inflammation, deep tissue massage, physiotherapy sessions tailored to the micro demands of his unique playing style, contrast baths, mobility work. Everything is designed with one goal: to keep his body performing at superhuman levels through grueling seasons and continental competitions. But once training gear comes off, Mbappe steps into a world shaped by luxury and global influence. His car collection, frequently highlighted in media speculation, reads like a museum of speed and prestige. Hypercars, custom-designed supercars, and luxury SUVs from some of the world's most elite manufacturers: Bugatti, Lamborghini, Mercedes-Maybach. Whether he drives them personally or maintains them as collector pieces, they symbolize the sheer scale of his success. Fashion is another frontier he's conquered. Red carpets, magazine covers, exclusive collaborations. His style blends classic designer elegance with the bold, progressive energy of streetwear culture. His partnerships with powerhouse brands like Nike and Hublot have made him a global ambassador for innovation, athleticism, and modern identity. And yet, for all the glamour, Mbappe remains grounded in the values shaped in Bondi: family, community, and giving back. He has supported youth programs, partnered with charities, and engaged in philanthropic initiatives, both in France and abroad, balancing fame with purpose. For him, wealth is not just a privilege, it's a responsibility. Kylian Mbappe's fortune is not simply the result of a paycheck. It's the product of an intricate financial ecosystem built around one of the most marketable athletes on earth. During his time at PSG, reports suggested his salary reached extraordinary levels, making him one of the highest-paid players in football. When endorsements, bonuses, and appearance fees were added, analysts often estimated his annual earnings to be among the top in global sport. His sponsorship deals, Nike, Hublot, and several other global brands, have positioned him as a commercial titan whose influence extends far beyond the pitch. Now at Real Madrid, one of the most powerful clubs in world football, his deal has been the subject of intense global speculation. Industry insiders have spoken of performance bonuses, image rights agreements, and signing incentives that could position him among the highest-earning athletes in history. But the truth is simple. The full details remain confidential. What is clear, however, is that Mbappe's move to Spain has expanded not just his sporting legacy, but his economic footprint. Beyond contracts, Mbappe has reportedly taken a meticulous approach to investing. Real estate, startups, tech ventures, diversified assets aimed at long-term growth. Some analysts believe that if his career and investments continue on their current trajectory, he could one day join the exclusive ranks of billionaire athletes. A key element of his empire: image rights. In modern football, this is where true wealth is built. Structured correctly, image rights allow a player to monetize everything from sponsorships and licensing to social media impact and merchandising. Mbappe's online presence alone reaches hundreds of millions, an influence that many companies would spend fortunes to access. Behind the scenes, a network of financial experts, lawyers, brand strategists, and advisors orchestrates every deal: tax planning, international negotiations, global endorsements, timing investments to capitalize on his visibility. It's a machine that requires precision, intelligence, and vision, qualities Mbappe brings from the pitch into the boardroom. Because in today's world, the game is bigger than football. It's business, it's strategy, it's empire building. For Kylian Mbappe, scoring goals is just one part of the story. The other part unfolds quietly, behind the spotlight. A world where deals move fast, wealth grows faster, and every decision shapes a future that could be worth billions. Football may have made him a star, but everything he's building now, that's what makes him an icon. Behind every dazzling goal, every lightning burst of acceleration, and every record rewritten in football history lies a daily routine built on discipline, science, and relentless ambition. In Madrid, where expectations tower as high as the Bernabeu itself, Kylian Mbappe's mornings start before the city awakens. His day begins quietly, with nutritionists and performance specialists designing a meticulously curated breakfast. These meals aren't just food, they're fuel. Precise blends of lean proteins, complex carbohydrates, hydration formulas, and supplements crafted to feed a body engineered for speed. Once fueled, Mbappe heads straight into the gym, where sessions focus on what makes him unique: explosive power, acceleration, balance, and agility. Resistance training sharpens his strength. Plyometrics refine his jumps and bursts. Sprint mechanics preserve the signature velocity defenders fear. Every exercise is intentional. Every rep has a purpose. Once he steps onto the pitch, the intensity only rises. Training sessions are broken down to microscopic detail. Dribbling angles, first touch control, finishing under pressure, passing accuracy, nothing escapes analysis. Coaches monitor everything, from his top sprint speed to his oxygen consumption and reaction time. Modern tracking systems create a digital blueprint of his performance, ensuring every improvement is measured and every weakness targeted. Recovery, however, is the silent cornerstone of his greatness. Cryotherapy chambers help reduce fatigue. Professional massages reset muscle groups strained by explosive movement. Physiotherapy sessions focus on longevity, keeping joints strong, ligaments healthy, and muscles balanced. Sleep cycles are tracked, hydration is monitored, and nutrition plans evolve daily. His body is treated as a high-performance machine, constantly tuned, refined, and protected. Analytically, the numbers speak louder than any commentary. He routinely posts sprint speeds that eclipse most defenders. Advanced metrics, expected goals, XG, progressive carries, shot efficiency, highlight a level of consistency and danger few players maintain. At Real Madrid, these advantages are amplified, combining La Liga's tactical precision with Mbappe's natural, fearless style of attacking play. Every drill, every sprint, every cool-down isn't just preparation, it's investment. Investment in his career, investment in his image, investment in a brand that influences millions and generates fortunes. Training isn't simply routine for Mbappe, it's strategy. a long-term blueprint for dominance. Luxury surrounds Kylian Mbappe, but it never defines him. Instead, it reflects a world built through years of discipline and global influence. And Madrid, a city where the extraordinary becomes everyday, is the ultimate backdrop. Reports often highlight his remarkable car collection, rumored to include selections like a Bugatti Chiron, a Ferrari SF90, and a Mercedes Maybach. Each car isn't just a vehicle, it's craftsmanship, speed, and status wrapped into one. But Mbappe's luxury extends beyond the garage. When time matters, and for a global superstar, it always does, private jets provide the mobility and privacy required for matches, sponsorship events, and escapes to recharge. This isn't extravagance for extravagance's sake. It's efficiency. It's security. It's the ability to move across continents without disrupting a tightly planned schedule. Fashion is another world where Mbappe shines. Whether stepping onto a red carpet or casually appearing in Madrid's nightlife, his style blends tailored elegance with modern streetwear influence. Exclusive sneaker collaborations, designer suits, and appearances with luxury brands elevate him beyond athlete status into icon territory. Sponsorships with giants like Nike, Hublot, and various European luxury labels amplify his global identity even more. Real estate is another essential pillar of his lifestyle. While exact locations and designs remain private, reports often mention properties in Madrid and France, possibly among other destinations. These homes are crafted for security, comfort, and privacy. Spaces where Mbappe can exist beyond the noise of fame. But beneath the glimmer of wealth lies a value system rooted in his upbringing. Mbappe regularly supports charitable foundations, contributes to youth initiatives, and champions causes that matter to him. In France, Spain, and beyond, he uses his platform with intention. His lifestyle isn't about indulgence, it's about strategy. Every home, every car, every appearance, every partnership is part of a larger vision, an empire that extends far beyond football. For fans, it dazzles. For critics, it impresses. For Mbappe, it's business. A carefully curated balance, luxury, discipline, and purpose, designed to build a legacy that lasts long after the final whistle. Mbappe's influence extends far beyond the pitch. Nike has been a long-term partner, producing signature boots, ad campaigns, and limited edition collections that generate millions in revenue. Hublot watches, EA Sports collaborations, and luxury brand partnerships further expand his global reach. Social media amplifies this power. With tens of millions of followers across Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, Mbappe's every post becomes a marketing opportunity. Each endorsement is not only lucrative, but strategic, positioning him as a global icon. Analysts estimate his annual earnings from sponsorships alone reach 30 to 50 million euros, a figure rivaling his football salary. Mbappe's brand power is carefully curated. Unlike some stars whose off-field antics dominate headlines, he maintains a clean image, combining charisma, professionalism, and marketability. European, Asian, and American markets all respond to his image, expanding his influence beyond football. Compared to Messi and Ronaldo, Mbappe is building a younger, tech-savvy brand empire, one that leverages social media, modern campaigns, and youth culture. Every commercial, every campaign, and every social appearance is a move in a global game of influence and wealth accumulation. For Mbappe, football is the platform, but his brand is the vehicle that drives him toward a billion-euro legacy. While fans see Mbappe sprint past defenders, a quieter race is being run behind the scenes. Beyond salaries and sponsorships, he has strategically diversified his wealth. Reports suggest investments in tech startups, sustainable energy ventures, and select cryptocurrency projects. Real estate is another major pillar. Properties in prime Madrid neighborhoods, along with holdings in France, give both security and long-term growth potential. The value of these properties, combined with capital appreciation over time, can multiply his fortune exponentially. Cryptocurrency and NFTs are a newer frontier for footballers, and Mbappe has reportedly explored this space, positioning himself in the digital economy. Investments like these aren't just about trends. They're calculated risks designed to produce high returns and secure long-term financial stability. Analysts predict that if his investments continue at this pace, Mbappe's net worth could approach or even exceed 1 billion euros by the end of his career. Image rights and brand deals provide liquidity for these ventures, allowing him to reinvest without affecting lifestyle or performance. In essence, every goal scored, every endorsement signed, every contract negotiated is part of a much larger game. Off the pitch, Mbappe operates like a CEO, managing assets, diversifying risk, and positioning himself for sustained wealth. For him, football is both a passion and the foundation of a global empire, a stepping stone toward a legacy that combines fame, fortune, and influence on a scale few can imagine. Beneath the fame, the cars, and the billion-euro contracts, Mbappe remains a son, a brother, and a friend. Family is central to his life. His parents nurtured his talent, and he often credits them for keeping him grounded despite global recognition. Philanthropy is another side often overlooked. Mbappe invests in education programs, youth football initiatives, and healthcare charities in France and Spain. Even amidst luxury and celebrity, he prioritizes giving back, a choice that shapes both public perception and personal fulfillment. Off the pitch, he is disciplined but approachable. Interviews show humility, focus, and a sharp awareness of his responsibilities as a role model. His life, while extraordinary, is built on balance. Luxury paired with discipline, ambition paired with humanity. This side of Mbappe is crucial to understanding his empire. Fame and wealth are fleeting if not grounded in character. By nurturing family ties and philanthropic efforts, he ensures that his legacy will be measured not only in goals and contracts, but in the positive impact he leaves behind. Kylian Mbappe is already a legend, but the question remains, what will his ultimate legacy be? Comparisons to Zidane, Ronaldo, and Messi are inevitable, yet Mbappe's journey is uniquely modern, a blend of on-field brilliance and off-field strategy. At Real Madrid, he has the chance to cement his status as a generational icon. Every goal, every title, and every record adds layers to a story still unfolding. But the legacy extends beyond football. His brand empire, investments, and philanthropy are creating a blueprint for future generations of athletes, showing that wealth, influence, and social impact can coexist. By retirement, Mbappe may be the first footballer to combine dominance on the pitch with a near-billion-euro fortune and a global brand. He's not just chasing records, he's defining a new model of what it means to be a superstar in the 21st century. From a prodigy in Bondi to Madrid royalty, Kylian Mbappe's journey is a story of talent, discipline, and vision. Every sprint, every goal, every deal is a step toward a legacy that blends football brilliance with financial mastery. He is faster than defenders, smarter than the game, and more calculated off the pitch than most realize. Luxury, fame, and fortune are tools in his empire, not distractions. His life in Madrid offers a glimpse into a world where ambition meets opportunity, where dreams become contracts, and where football becomes a billion-euro brand. This is not just football. This is the world of Kylian Mbappe, the man, the myth, the superstar shaping the future of sport and business alike.